I need to ring the bell for all the derangers. All the derangers that so want to see Prince Harry's trip to the UK fail. But he didn't. Most especially those who were like hoping that King Charles would not get to see him and meet his grandchildren on this trip. Shame on all of them. That finally happened. And I am so happy for Prince Harry, Meghan, and the children. We may not really know the details of what went on behind closed doors at this private meeting that had Queen Camilla present. But I am so happy that finally they're taking steps to have to do something about the relationship and make things that are being said about them become something of the past. Reconciliation, more or less, should happen after this. You know what I think the problem is, and I will keep saying it, the British media. And whoever the sponsors in the palace are, who are making them want to paint Prince Harry, Meghan, and her children in the bad light. This guy has been doing good. This guy has brought some kind of limelight to whatever it is that the British monarchy is supposed to represent. And yet, these sick cycles are just hell-bent on, for whatever reason, hell-bent on making Harry look bad. And he keeps winning. Oh, okay. So he came on this trip and then he lost his case. Not just his case alone, he actually had sued the Daily Mail along with other people. But of course, they singled out Harry, Prince Harry, to have to let us know, oh, he lost. We are vindicated. Oh, really? And I love the way Harry handled all of this. He didn't even make a statement. He gave no statement. He just focused on what he came to the UK to do. And I must tell you that one thing they fear is having people see Harry in the positive light that we all outside of the UK are seeing him. They didn't want the British people to see him, but I'm glad that they did. They see a king that has a heart, a prince that have a heart. Oh, am I declaring something that might happen? I'll be glad if it does. Anyway, I'm glad that he had this chance to meet his father and allow his father to meet his grandchildren. And I'm glad that it wasn't anyone from Prince Harry's circle who broke the news that they met. It was, of course, as usual, the British media scrambling from their inside sources in the palace to get all the nitty-gritty, all the details that they can get to be the ones who broke the news. I mean, like, really, I'm sure they all are making a lot of money from this trip that Harry made to the UK, because that's all the headlines you're seeing is all about Harry. Everything being published, Harry this, he went here. People are excited. You can see the crowd. They're excited to meet him. It's like he brought some kind of positive energy into that environment. And the British media, I'm sure, a lot of them don't like this. And someone else in the palace too obviously doesn't like this too. And you can all guess who this person is. I would think that with Harry having come to the UK with his kids, Prince William should at least do the needful of allowing peace to reign between the two of them. Whatever it is that is biting him, eating him up, he needs to know that thing is aging him and he needs to arrest it. This is his younger brother who is in town with his children. Even if you don't want to meet the wife, meet the children. Let them meet their other cousins. But if we know Harry the way if we know William the way we all know him now, that ain't gonna happen. The fact that Harry got to meet his father must be pissing the hell out of him. I mean, like, pissing Williams off. I repeat, pissing him off. But hey, this was bound to happen. The king deserves to meet his grandchildren, his other grandchildren, to at least have a relationship with them, no matter how short-lived his time is. He needs to meet them. And I'm glad this happened. And I'm so happy for Harry that something positive all round happened on this trip. And the Rangers, eat your heart out. I'm so happy that headline, that all the British media who just want to see Harry fail didn't get to publish their headline. Harry's visit to the UK is a failure. Not only did he lose his case with the Daily Mail, he also lost the chance to meet with the king. Duh! He met with the king. Eat your heart out. Just saying.
Well, this is the gag heard around the world. To all the derangers who couldn't wait to declare Prince Harry's UK visit a failure, how's that crow tasting? Because now King Charles has been reunited with Prince Harry, Meghan the Duchess of Sussex, Prince Archie, and Princess Lilibet. Funny how the story changed when the facts came out. It's almost as if some people were a little too eager to write the ending before the story was over. The truth is, this isn't about winning. It isn't about scoring points. It's about a family making the effort to reconnect. And that's something I'll never root against. Families are complicated. Relationships get fractured. Healing takes time. More importantly, it takes people who are willing to make the effort. From everything we've learned, that's exactly what happened here. King Charles opened his home. Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, made the trip with Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet. Everyone involved made the effort. The people I'm happiest for are Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet. Every child deserves the chance to know their grandfather and create memories with him. Those are moments they'll carry with them for the rest of their lives. I also think Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, handled this exactly the way they should have. Keep it private. Meghan doesn't need to pose for photographs. Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet don't need to wave for cameras. A family reunion isn't a public performance. However, I read the comment sections from some of the reporting. The hostility is vile. Years of abuse, conspiracy theories, and relentless attacks create an environment where security has to be taken seriously. When people are consumed with hating on someone, protecting your family is common sense. That's why I have zero problem with Meghan staying out of the public eye. She doesn't owe anyone access. Neither do Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet. They deserve to spend time with their grandfather without becoming another target for people looking to hate. And if this reunion genuinely makes you angry, seek help. A grandfather spending time with his son, his daughter-in-law, and his grandchildren. Just a family trying to heal. I hope this is the beginning of something bigger. Life is too short. None of us get unlimited time with the people we love. If this family is finding their way back to one another, I'm rooting for that every single time. So let me ask you this. Are you rooting for a family trying to heal? Or are you rooting for more drama? And that's the read.
Grand Rising, my little cherubs, hope this finds you well. I'm going to jump straight in. Breaking news. Charlie and Camilla have met up with Harry and Meghan, Archie and Lilibet. Highgrove, today. This is just hot off the press. So finally the king pulls his finger out and does the right thing. Do you know why though? The pressure. The country, the pressure from the country, all the world looking in, the pressure. Because Harry and Meghan was going to take the kids down to the Spencers. There's no way that Charlie could suffer that. The embarrassment. So yeah, he's made arrangements to meet up with them today. So there's that. How much money do you want to bet that they were able to do it? Because Charlie made sure that they could do it. So private as well, no press, no nothing. See what happens? People can fall into line. That's why I tell you lot over this way. Make sure that you keep your boundaries. Because it is what it is. So in my opinion, the only reason this has happened is because Charlie couldn't have them not go to the Spencers and not pop in there. No way. Oh, anyway, I'll leave you the little snippet bit. You can read it for yourself. Have a good day. So now I'm just gloating even more. Because he was the one that was holding it all up. He was the problem. He was the issue. He is also the solution. That is true narcissism at its best. Yep. So there you go. Have a good day.
Breaking news, Sussex Pulse Hub family. Hold on to your hats because the biggest royal shocker just dropped, and it's not what you think. Forget the fancy robes and the balcony waves. The absolute wildest part about Harry, Meghan and the kids reportedly meeting up with King Charles? Nobody saw it. No cameras, no paparazzi hiding in the bushes, zero leaks. For a family that usually can't even breathe without a tabloid writing a 3-page essay about it, This is absolute madness. Look, we've been fed this narrative for years that Team Sussex lives for the drama and the cameras. The British tabloids love to paint them as these media-hungry villains. But wait a minute. A whole-ass royal reunion happens. The grandbabies are there, and nothing? No Netflix crew? No exclusive magazine covers? It's almost like, hear me out, Harry and Meghan just wanted to see his dad like normal human beings. Think about it from a regular person's perspective. If you're trying to fix things with your stubborn family, you don't invite the local news crew to sit on the couch and film the awkward hugs. You do it behind closed doors. For years, Harry and Meghan have been screaming into the void, "Hey, we just want some basic privacy and safety for our kids." And the media treated them like they were asking for the moon. But this right here, this proves the point. Keeping Archie and Lilibet out of the circus isn't some grand political strategy. It's just good parenting. It turns out, when you strip away the palace theatrics and the press vultures waiting for someone to trip, you're just left with a grandfather and his grandbabies. It feels real for once. So, to all the haters who claim they couldn't survive without the spotlight, how's that taste? They just pulled off the quietest link-up of the decade, completely on their own terms. Let's talk about another fascinating part of this story. Everyone swore Harry locked the door on his relatives and tossed the key in the Thames. But let's keep it a buck. The guy never actually closed it. The UK tabloids desperately want you to believe Harry burnt the whole palace down on his way out to California. Nonsense. Let's break it down to street level. Criticizing a toxic, messed up workplace, which is exactly what the royal institution is, doesn't mean you hate your dad. You can absolutely despise the corporate HR department and still want your kids to get a birthday hug from their grandpa. Relationships get messy, period. Families fight, people hold grudges, and sometimes you have to move halfway across the world just to protect your peace. But Charles actually making the effort to reunite with them, that's a massive W. It's just people trying to fix their stuff without the press breathing down their necks. Through all the noise and the absolute garbage written about him, Harry always kept his stance clear. He loves his folks. He's out here running the Invictus Games, literally changing lives for veterans, but he still carves out the time to fly over and make sure Archie and Lilibet get that real in-person grandpa time. It proves Harry never wanted to ditch his blood relatives. He just wanted to ditch the circus. Seeing them actually put in the work to reconnect shows real growth. At the end of the day, it's just a family trying to heal, and honestly, you love to see it. And let's talk about the map layout here, because the location tells you everything you need to know. They didn't meet at Buckingham Palace. They didn't do the whole stiff, formal setup at Windsor Castle. Nope. They met at Highgrove. Why is that a massive deal? Because Buckingham Palace is the office. It's all royal protocol, guards standing at attention and stiff upper lips. Highgrove is Charles's actual personal crib. It's his country home, his private getaway. Choosing that spot is a total game changer. It says, today I'm throwing the crown on the coat rack. I'm being a granddad first and the king second. There's no royal ceremony when you're hanging out in the private gardens. It's just family. It's about putting down the giant rule book and just hanging out with your grandbabies like normal folks do. Charles finally decided to do the right thing, step up and act like a father and grandfather instead of a corporate boss. And oh my God, you just know this is absolutely killing the British tabloids. They are sick to their stomachs right now. They've spent years writing nasty headlines, trying to make sure this family never speaks again, desperate for a permanent blowout. Seeing Charles bypass all their media games to host Harry, Meghan and the kids in his own personal space, it completely destroys the tabloids' entire business model. They wanted a war, and instead, they got a quiet family Sunday. You absolutely love to see it. But even beyond the location, this moment reminds people how much Harry and Meghan have built outside the institution.
At the end of the day, forget all the royal titles in a massive estate. Look at the kids. We are so incredibly hyped for Archie and Lilibet right now. Every single child on this planet deserves a real shot at building memories with their granddad. Period. It's huge for them. Let's be real. Regular people are completely exhausted by the non-stop drama. We don't want the toxic headlines anymore. We don't want the pettiness. We just love seeing this happen. It hits right in the feelings because everyone knows family dynamics are messy, but kids shouldn't get caught up in adult nonsense. Seeing the little ones finally getting to hang out with their grandfather is a massive win. It's about the simple stuff, laughing, playing, and just knowing who your people are. No cameras, no press feeding frenzies, just pure family time. Honestly, it's beautiful to watch them block out the noise and put the kids first. That's what actually matters. So where does this leave us? Could this be the kickoff for something way bigger down the road? Look, out here in the real world, relationships aren't just a simple black and white switch. It's not like you're either completely holding a grudge or suddenly best friends singing campfire songs. Reality lives in that messy middle ground. Small steps are everything. Healing doesn't blast through a megaphone. It happens in the quiet corners when nobody's looking. And honestly, the kids, Archie and Lilibet, are the ultimate bridge here. It's hard to stay mad when the grandbabies are running around the room. We don't need a front row seat to every single family dinner, and we shouldn't get one. If you are genuinely sitting at home, scrolling through your phone, mad as hell because a grandfather finally got to hug his grandkids and a family is trying to fix their issues, bro, you honestly need healing. Go touch some grass. Seeking out drama in other people's lives like that is a wild way to live. Harry and Meghan have been out here building an absolute empire on their own terms, protecting their peace and staying winning. But seeing them still leave that door cracked open for family growth, that takes real strength. Maybe the biggest takeaway from this whole thing has absolutely nothing to do with crowns or castles. It's the fact that no matter how deep the beef goes or how many years you've spent throwing hands, families can actually find a way back to the table. And it doesn't happen through toxic front-page headlines or PR stunts. It happens through quiet conversations behind closed doors. The British media was literally sitting there with their fingers hovering over the publish button, just waiting to drop the headline. Harry's UK trip ends in total disaster. They already had the whole script written. They spent weeks hyping up the palace drama, crying about security issues, and losing their minds over whether Meghan and the kids were even going to show up. They wanted a chaotic reality show so bad. But guess what? This right here? Absolute checkmate. Harry and Meghan played them like a fiddle. They went in, met with the king, kept the whole thing completely locked down, and walked away. No pictures for the front pages, no anonymous palace gossip, nothing. The media woke up the next morning starved for content, looking around like, wait, how do we twist this into hate if we don't know what happened? They had absolutely zero material for clicks, and you know they are absolutely sick about it. Harry and Meghan handled this beautifully. For regular people out here, this is the ultimate lesson in dealing with haters. The best way to shut down people preying on your downfall is to just do your thing in total silence. Don't give them the reaction they're begging for. They wanted a circus, but the Sussexes just closed the tent. Game, set, match. That's my take on it, guys. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, smash that like button, and subscribe if you're new here. Thank you all for watching, supporting the channel, and keeping it real. I am your host, Miles. Catch you in the next one.